Yon, what's up everyone and good evening. So, what's up, what's up? Good evening everyone. Happy Sunday. So, guys, sound check mo tayo. Please let me know if clear yung aking audio, if I hope the video is not lagging or anything. Sorry, we started a little late at medyo kakauwi ko lang din. So, play lang ng onting music. Night. Comment na lang if all goes tayo. Shout out muna. Di ko alam sino nag-comment nito, pero okay, noted. Good evening, Boss Gerald. Jelomir, good evening. Boss Oliver, good evening. Ma'am Rebecca, good, good evening. Ma'am Nina, Flor Deliza, good evening. Boss Jason Kid, talo yung Mavs, Coach Jason sa first game. Ang lala. Blowout na, tapos talo pa. Hey, what's up? Good evening, good evening. So, guys, give us a few seconds, maybe a minute before I let my other, sama ng lighting ko, my other co-host in. I think something's wrong with my camera. Boss Akio Benedict, good evening. Ayun. Guys, pa-help naman i-share yung stream before we start. Para sa mga, let's say, di makita yung notif na live kami, baka makita sa feed ninyo. That will help us out a lot. Kahane, my friend, pa-share naman sa Investa Trading Community Facebook group. So, di ko na papatagalin pa. Of course, I won't be doing this alone. I have 2, dapat 4 kami, pero may nangyari lang sa isa namin kasama. So, di siya makakasama tonight. Pero 3 pa rin kami. So, I'd like to call on first my teammate from Investa. So, Kahane, welcome to the stream. Oy, Kahane.
Hello, what's up?
Yun, good evening, bro. Kamusta?
Okay lang naman. So far, so good.
Yun, okay. And of course, our partner from Open Journal, bro, Matt Flores. Yun.
Hey, what's up, what's up? Good evening, everyone. Kamusta kayo?
Yun,
Kamusta
happy
Kahane?
Sunday.
Kamusta Toma? How are you?
Okay naman. Kaya, kamusta ang weekend natin?
Kapagod
Ano
weekend. But still, we are here and ready for Monday.
You know, shout out kay Joanne Kahanel. Nice lights.
First
Oh,
time.
ganda. Bro, baka kinukuha ka ni Lord pero sa gilid na lang, bro.
Parang 3 weeks ago sa harap
bro. Parang may powder, bro. Ikaw Kahanel mo sa weekend mo, bro. Anong ginawa mo?
Okay lang naman. So, main ayos lang ng mga binibentang stuff sa side biz. So,
Yeah, nice. Yan. Ako naman, dahil fishing mode pa rin ako sa market, medyo focus ako sa pag-workout. May trainingan akong competitive na race. So, sa November. So kakauwi ko lang galing sa gym sa QC na napakalayo. So, medyo bugbog pa ako. Pero okay lang, andito pa rin tayo. Buzzer beater finish, nakauwi ako mga 7:40, ganyan. Yan, so good evening, Boss Glenn, Ma'am Abe, Abigail Kim, Miss Marso, good evening po. And of course, Madam Joan. So yun. So guys, feel free to start sending in any questions or chart requests, PSE crypto or global or US market. But before that, we have before we siguro, maybe we can move on muna to the charts and then the main theme kasi that we want to answer now that we think is relevant. Sayang wala si Ed, no? But what we think is relevant for everyone, especially given the market environment that we're in, is how do you handle trading losses? Kasi especially if you're super active pa rin in this type of market, hindi mawawala. Especially if you're trying to hold for a big move. Talagang you don't sell the rallies na meron, na maliliit lang. Talagang either break-even cut ka or marami kang small cuts, no? And want to help share my experience namin how we handle in this type of market. Kasi it's kind of similar to 2019, pero mas mahirap. You know, so before that, maybe we can look at the main indices muna. So, Kahane, kindly, if you may share your screen. So, ayan. Close mo na lang bro yung parang watcher para lumapad pa siya. Ayun, so siguro we can start muna with the PSEI. So, Bro Matt,
Yeah.
maybe we can start with you, yung insights dito since you're probably among the
Nice.
CFOs yung pinaka-active sa local market.
Okay. So, at least for the local market, I mean, one thing na tinitingnan natin fundamentally, and this is the same with the US market though, which is the CPI, or sorry, the inflation report sa Philippines. So, if I'm not mistaken, lalabas ata yan ng November 4. Tama, November 4, 9 a.m. So, syempre, same with US market, what we want to see for this market to rally, it's either short term or mid term. What we want to see is lower than 6.9%. Okay. Looking at this technically, Philippine market, at least what is interesting, and on the positive note, what we are seeing as of the moment is an higher low. So yun yung gusto natin, di ba? So at the end of the day, if you want to look for issues or at least mas positive yung vibe mo sa market, what you want to see is a higher low. And then what you can also see here in the short term is yung gap up niya. So then pwede mong i-highlight. So you have your higher low. So you have your 6,000 level, and then yung higher low mo, it's around 5,800 if I'm not mistaken, and then confluence with your gap up. So again, what you need to understand, if merong mga gap up na ganyan na as of the moment hindi pa naka-close, that's positive at least. Okay, again what we want to see is this gap up to hold given na meron strength yung market. So for me lang, what happened 3 days ago, or at least 2 days ago, is you had our resistance level, which is, thank you for drawing that up. So that is also confluence with your 20-day EMA, if I'm not mistaken. 20-day and then long-term resistance level.
Ayun. Naghang ba si Matt?
Okay.
Ayan bro, okay na.
Okay. So at least short term, what we want to see sa Philippine market is mag-hold yung gap up na yan at around 5,800 level. Diba? Yan yung gusto natin makita. It's either we consolidate from there and we go uptrend, or very cautious na ako if we break the 6,000 level, which is a previous low. So yun yung for me. So very interesting yung November. This week walang masyadong news kasi sa Philippine market eh. Most likely, ang mangyayari sa Philippines is more of sasabay lang sa sentiment ng US and the global market. So, let's see if that 5,800 support level will hold. If not, then 6,000 or even below yung next support ko for the Philippine market. Mahirap pa rin eh. Mahirap pa rin for us to participate sa local market. Even from our funds, from my fund itself, parang I'm only invested less than 30%. So may mga nahuli, pero mostly, I mean, may mga nahuli, meron din mga still at the negative side yung position. So yun, at least yun yung tinitingnan ko sa Philippine market.
Yun. Pero bro, Matt, grabe no? Parang, when was this? Nung, I think, 4 trading days. So Tuesday, last to market, broke above the 20-day, broke above yung parang short-term high. Tapos, parang umulit lang yung theme for the past few months. Pagka ang ganda na sana, tapos parang binawi lang.
Correct. Usually ganyan yung from my experience, if ganito ka oversold, not just in the Philippines, even if you go globally, check all the charts, US market, cryptocurrency, emerging markets, for example, Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam. So coming from its oversold condition, malakas yung rally. So what you want to see lang talaga, parang lagi lang siyang malakas yung rally and then may tatamaan na 20-day EMA, tapos may confluence na resistance and then ibabalik sa presyo mo. So which is mahirap talaga yung ganitong market. No? Nakakapagod.
Ayun, yun yung tamang term, nakakapagod. Bro, kanina off live, pinag-usapan natin yung mga trades mo, no? Tapos ang dami pero talagang sell the rally yung approach, especially this month.
Correct. Kasi hindi pa naman tayo, at least as of the moment, lalo sa Philippine market, no, again, thank you for drawing that up, yung blue resistance trend line. Even ako, yan yung gusto kong makita ma-break. So, let's see kung, for example, in the coming weeks, in the coming months, what we want to see is to consolidate from that 5,800, 6,000 level, and then let's see kung that blue trend line resistance line, which is acting as your downtrend line, kung mabibreak. If not, then potentially sideways to a down move tayo.
Yun, okay. And I think another chart related to the PCI na gusto mo itong lahat is yung USD PHP. So maybe you can bring that up, Kahane. Gabi, kung technicals lang, ganda ng chart. Ito yung type na bibili mo kapag bull market. So, do we have any updated view on this, a dollar, or are we still looking at a possibly 2 weeks tayo? Last week, di tayo nakapag-charting eh. Are we still looking at a possible strong dollar over the next few weeks or 1 month?
Correct. So at least for USD PHP, may potential catalyst for this USD PHP to consolidate or even go lower. So, and that is, I saw the news last Friday na Philippines ready to use binabasa ko, ready to use $10 billion more to defend peso, which is that what the finance head Jokno says. So meaning, parang they really want to prevent Philippine peso USD PHP conversion reaching at 60 level. So again, they will use $10 billion fund to defend the peso, meaning they will accumulate buying this one. So let's see from a catalyst standpoint, kasi at the end of the day, as a business owner, as a trader of risky asset, syempre gusto natin bumaba to, di ba? For us to be aggressive in participating to risky assets. So again, that's a catalyst. As of the moment, at least technical side, what you can see is you have your clear bearish divergence. So as we understand from our past charting session, so you have your bearish divergence, not just a daily but also sa weekly, which is a sign of potentially magkaroon ng pullback sa USD PHP. But let's see, kasi yung mga ganyang bearish divergences, syempre na-invalidate din. So, I mean, in the coming days, tingnan natin, in the coming weeks as well, if we can see maybe around 54, 55 USD PHP. But as of now, it is still clear na we are in an uptrend. And I mean, just looking at the risky assets, sobrang ganda ng chart na to versus sa iba.
Oo nga. Dami nga nagsabi na parang Forex has been more or less the safe haven, no? Oo. Although ako
because of the US dollar.
Oo. Ayun, so that's for the dollar. Maybe now we can look at Kahane, if you can pull up the S&P 500. So siguro ikaw, Kahane, ano ba, since mas active ka tumingin sa US market, what's your take here?
So, take ko lang is medyo similar sa Philippine market. Yung biggest factor, I think, is yung CPI reports again for the month of October, which should be in like 2 to 3 weeks. And siguro a good sign is yung US oil. So, parang na-cover natin dati na parang nagka-scare sa US oil na the OPEC's cutting down production. And baka tumaas ulit yung oil, which is one of the biggest drivers of inflation in the world. Yung good sign is hindi pa tumutuloy yung US oil. So, bumalik lang siya sa parang downward. Sige. So, parang bumalik lang siya sa trendline resistance niya, which is turning into support now. And I guess this kind of plays a big role in how the US market works for the foreseeable future.
Pero tuloy pa rin yung pag-cut ng OPEC ng supply.
Yeah. They will next month, starting next month.
Parang 2 million barrels ba or something like that.
Malaki yung cut nila, pero yung reason daw nila was
parang yung news for the US oil is yung OPEC Plus, diba? Yun nga, plan to cut the supply. And then since again yung maging equivalent nun is it's a problem for the US market, no, US economy. So what they plan to do naman yung US, si Biden, is they will release. So kung yung iba, they will cut, US, they will release. So at least para mabalance yung supply and demand. So let's see. If, I mean, technical wise, at least US oil, it's just there, consolidating back on support. Hindi lang natin alam kung if you just go to the south or north. That's something that we need to look at the coming weeks and months.
Yun. And siguro kakana, if you can pull back yung chart ng S&P 500 sa US market. I guess ako kasi before I was really active sa US, no, pero not anymore. But I keep an eye always on the key indices, no, and may mga key leaders. But I guess I like to echo yung a recent tweet from Minervini, no, last Friday. Kasi ganda nung close last Friday, potentially maybe in this next upcoming week we can see a potential counter rally. So siguro to keep things in perspective, sabi niya, while the indices have rallied off the lows from an oversold condition and it could potentially carry a bit more, stock participation has been lackluster. Right? Meaning
Correct.
even if the index has rallied, parang wala pa rin names that are leading out of the gate. Right? Unlike to nag-bottom tayo ng COVID 2020, you had
Right.
DocuSign, you had SE, you had Zoom. You had certain names that are really already making new highs and sustaining above it. And it looks like, based on sa tweet ni Minervini, medyo mahina pa, right, yung market leadership. So, sabi niya, it looks more like a jump off the low. So, it's short-term bounce and short-term covering, right? So, di pa siya convinced that it's a new sustainable uptrend with broad participation. So, yung tweet niya, no, I'm just echoing his words. So, his insights are probably more valuable than mine. So,
Correct.
nakita ko yun. I thought it would be nice to read it out here then. Doesn't mean that we didn't bottom, but it means na at least at this point in time, it looks like the index is rallying pero wala pang market leadership. But when that market leadership does come, whether in local, global, or US, or crypto, doon mo talaga dapat puruan. At this point, wala na sa crypto mat, diba? Maybe we can open up Bitcoin. Kahana, offline, we were talking about sino bang malakas sa crypto ngayon, tapos one or two names lang na-mention natin. So ano ba take mo ngayon sa crypto mat? Parang itong chart ni Bitcoin, tatlong buwan na ganito.
Parang, kailan pa ba to? June? 5 months? 5 months of consolidation, di ba? 5 months of consolidation. At least, okay, globally, since, I mean, the past 2 weeks, the past 3 weeks, yan pa rin naman yung chart na tinitingnan natin. It's just hovering around 18,000, 19,000, 20,000, hindi pa rin naman gumagalaw. To put into perspective, yung tinitingnan natin sa US market, this is the 3 things na minention namin during the market strategy update sa Open Journal. No? Number 1, you have your inflation rate. Meaning, how's the inflation rate now sa US market? So, as of now, it's 8.2, 8.3%, still above 8%. The target is 2% to even 3% for the US market. Are we there or malayo pa? I mean, just looking at the fact, parang malayo pa. And given the move of the oil, that's something concerning in the coming weeks and months. So, that's number 1, inflation rate, which is your CPI report. Second is interest rate hike. This month, walang interest rate hike yung Fed. November and December, you have your 75 basis points, which is, they are still aggressive. So meaning, that is bad for the market. Okay. Number 3, the move of the US dollar. Good thing. US dollar, like I mentioned, sa Open Journal community, Open Journal family, you have your US dollar now. You have your multiple bearish divergence on the daily, weekly, and your monthly time frame bearish divergence, which is good sign for us. I'm not saying na malalaglag na yan. What we are just saying is there could be, diba, merong potential pullback sa US dollar given the technical indicators na binabantayan natin according to our system. And even if you use your short-term trend line, you have your short-term trend line Nandiyan na sa support, confluence with your 50-day EMA. Okay, so again, those three. Inflation rate, interest rate hike, and then the US dollar. So, perfect. Going back to Bitcoin, you're just consolidating for the past 5 months. Those are the three factors kung bakit nagko-consolidate yung risky assets or even Bitcoin. Kasi maybe you guys are wondering, dun sa mga crypto fanatics, even me, at the end of the day, as traders, as investors, you need to have a mindset na 70-80% you look at the chart, 20-10% you look at the macro or what is happening globally. And those three that I mentioned, yan yung reason ko ba't nagko-consolidate. So, for me to become bullish in the short term, what I want to see is to break the trend line, that blue trend line, which is your short-term downtrend line. So, it would be concerning if we break that previous low, which is 80,000 level. So ngayon, I mean, in the coming days, not months, in the coming days and weeks, I mean, dapat binabantayan na natin ito if mag-break yan or malalaglag dun sa previous support levels. Kasi nagko-contract na siya near your trend line.
Yun. So that's for Bitcoin, pero I think we've gone over most of the main charts, so maybe we can move on to some of the individual requests. So guys and gals, please feel free to comment PSE, US or crypto. We'll just go over a few questions, no, na kinoment a while ago. One from Carl. Maganda po ba mag-trade ng long term ngayon since mababa yung value ng ibang stocks? Ano po ma-recommend nyo na long run stocks? Siguro I think what we can answer siguro is maganda yung first two, no? So maganda ba mag-trade ng long term ngayon since mababa po yung values ng ibang stocks? So ako, I'm not necessarily someone who looks at valuations and things like this, especially when I was still trading in local market. Pero kahane, I think last week yun, you were talking to me about parang yung iba, may mga blue chips na pwede. So ikaw ba, bro, siguro to rephrase the question, no? Ano ba yung specific na hinahanap mo? Maybe in terms of fundamentals, if you think na okay, parang pwede to na kasi undervalued siya and things of that nature.
So, I think I remember nung napag-usapan natin to, parang binanggit ko lang na what if magbukas tayo ng long-term account since sobrang pangit ng market ngayon. I think I got an idea from a different trader yan. And generally, I think yung titignan ko pag kunyari binukas ko ng account na yun is mostly yung PE valuations niya. Because if you check some of the blue chips now, stocks like AGI, stocks like PNB, sobrang baba ng mga valuations nila. So, check ko lang. Alam ko single digits lang most PE ratios. In fact, for PNB, 1.34 na lang siya. For AGI, it's somewhere along 3.55. So, mostly hanap pa lang for these are parang bounce backs to their averages. So mga, let's say kahit mag 10 PE man lang siya or 12, that's already like a 4 times increase in the value ng stocks na to.
So and siguro may tatanong, no, so ano ba yung PE, paano ba hanapin yan, paano hanapin yung PE ng stock? So one thing you can actually open up din kahane is one thing you guys can do, siguro open mo lang yung dyan, asset info kahane. If you want to look at fundamentals or other details, as gusto mo parang snapshot lang, you can actually try searching the stock specifically. Then buksan mo yung isang page pa po. You can actually open. Uy, ano nangyari?
Wait lang. Ayaw mag-load. Ano yung
Wala ko lang mag-share na screen para doon.
Kaya may sharing ngayon. Ayaw mag-load sa akin.
Sige. So, one of the things na pwede nyo gawin, so AGI, let's say you want a quick snapshot of the stock, and pwede kayo dito mag-chart, pero it's really just for when you're trying to see more details about it. Pwede mo i-search dito, so AGI, SM, Ayala. Then if you scroll lower, makikita mo na dito yung fundamentals. So some of the key fundamentals you can look at. Right? So, ayan, minention ni Kahane PE ratio. There are other things that we put on here as well. Right? So, I'm not the best to talk about it since di ako fundamentalist. Right? Technicals, meron din. Whether it's a chart or whether it's talking about indicators and then related news about it. So, ayun, just if you want quick information on the asset, right? You can find it here, right? News, historical data, etc., etc. So, quick view lang yun. So, maybe we can, after that, we can go back to you sharing your screen, Kahane. So, remove ko na yung akin. Balik ko yung sa'yo. Uy, ba't mo tinanggal yung sa'yo? Balik mo yung sa'yo.
Yeah. Okay na.
Ayun, okay. So yun lang. So, next question. Long weekend, this coming weekend, ano thoughts nyo sa market natin? Sa, magbubuhusan kaya because of the long weekend? Ano tingin mo, bro, Matt? Is it may factor ba yung long weekend natin? Tama next weekend yun, di ba? Sa
Next
October,
Parang sa 31 ata. Tama ba? Right. So sa 29 to 31. Again, for the Philippine market, I think magkakaroon ng effect yan dun sa sentiment what is happening in the US market. Given the fact that your inflation rate will come out on November 4, in terms of the significant news sa Philippine market, wala masyado. So sa tingin ko, sentiment yung magdadala sa move ng Philippine markets. It's either we go up or go down. Hindi ko alam. But at least looking at the chart or even the closing price ng S&P 500 ng US market indices specifically, let's see kung this week maganda yung rally din sa Philippine market. Like I mentioned, just looking at the chart, gusto ko makita is to hold the 6,800 level and to break the previous high, which is around 6,200. Confluence with your 20-day EM.
Ayun. So, that's for that question. And now, we'll move on to before we do the individual chart requests. Let's answer this question muna. It was one of the common questions na tinatanong kasi sa amin over the past few weeks starting session, or personally, I had a few friends na nagsimula sa market recently who also asked me this question. And I'm sure Matt and Kahane, you may have encountered this question one way or another, and it's how do you handle trading losses? So you can't really answer this. Well, pwede naman siya sagutin ng ng textbook, kung ano man yung tinuro, let's say in any seminar, in any webinar, in any event, any town hall. Pero the way to truly give a good answer is kapag na-experience mo first hand, right? So, Matt, decade ka sa market, Kahane 7, ako magpa-5 na. And so we've been through several market cycles, several bear market cycles as well. So siguro starting with you, Kahane, ikaw bro, you've been through a couple of bear markets yourself. How do you handle, di ba, itong mga bear markets, right? Or yung mga losses? Maybe you can also focus specifically on how you're handling them now, if you're experiencing any.
Sige. So, with regards to losses, so nag-try ako ng 2 approaches beforehand. So one approach that I took was, kunyari, nagka-loss ako, nagka-mistake ako, I would go to books, I would go to resources online to look for answers. And the other approach that I did siguro like 2 years ago was looking more, parang being more focused on the trade that actually happened. And I found that looking at my statistics or looking at the results of my trades, most of the time were the most helpful for me because parang nandun na mismo yung nandun na mismo yung problem mo. It's in your records of your trades. And to find the solution, you don't look for how others solve their problems. You look at your own problem to pinpoint ano mismo yung kailangan mong parang ayusin with your system or with your executions.
Mm-hmm. Yun. So siguro, meron ka pa i-add doon, Kahane? Siguro specifically, Kahane, what if, let's say, you go through a series of losses? Let's say, 5, sunod-sunod. How do you deal with that? Let's say, nasundan mo naman yung cut loss mo lahat, bar, followed, straight, to on point. Pero 5 sunod-sunod. What are some of the
Kunyaring naka-string of losses na ako.
5 sunod-sunod.
Yung obvious na gagawin ko is, aalis ako sa market for a while. Kasi may mali na sa system ko, sa psyche and everything. So, parang reset. Tas parang ano ba yung iba kong kailangan gawin or ano ba yung mga mali ko.
Mm. Yun, okay. So, again, for those na nakakapasok lang, the question we are trying to answer is how do you handle trading losses? So, ako na siguro next, ikaw na yung last month. No? So, ako, how do you handle trading losses? Una kasi, you have to have the belief that trading losses will always be there. Parang yung pinakamahirap or the most limiting belief you can have that will stop you or that will make trading much more difficult for you is dapat walang losses. So that's something that's impossible. That's something that's unavoidable. No, so you can't avoid the unavoidable. Losses will always be there, right? So and especially in this type of market, I compare it really to 2019 sa PSE. Pero mas madali pa yung market no 2019 na medyo whipso kasi yung 2019 and to now. Pero mas mahirap yung ngayon. Kasi talagang ang hirap maghanap ng leader. Whether if I'm looking at the PSE, whether if I'm looking at crypto, whether if I'm looking sa US market, parang walang tumutuloy. Puro sell on rally tapos maliliit lang. So, ako, just how I've been handling the market ngayon, I'm very, very, binabantayan ko pa rin, pero my activity is super low. For the past 2 weeks, wala akong trade. So, and for the whole year, less than 20 trades. So, ganun kahirap yung year na 2020. And ako kasi di ako yung type, and I already know myself, di ako yung type na magpipitik ng maliit na gain. Right? Considering na dami ko rin ibang ginagawa with Investa, with other things. So, to directly answer the question, the way I handle trading losses is, same with Kahane, if you go through a string of losses, dalawa lang yan eh. It's either the environment is not fit for the system na ginagamit mo, right? Or kasi ni-execute mo naman ng tama, or just straight off, mali talaga yung ginagawa mo. And so it's two different things eh. So, but for me, luckily, even if I went through, I think, 2-3 straight losses din, very small VAR, so small exposure lang given the market environment. Tapos ano lang, ngayon, how I'm approaching things is super super praning, right? Di ako basta-basta i-execute kaagad. I always try to get it on the confirmation. Di ako kaagad tumitiya sa breakout, especially sa crypto. I like to wait for the pause after the breakout. And then I'm staying very light on my feet. And sa life, focusing on other things also. So given na ganito yung market, hard penny environment, hindi tayo easy dollar environment, there's no reason na puruhan pa ngayon. Yes, I will probably miss the bottom. Ewan ko. Kasi di ako sobrang tutok na day in and day out, kaya try ko i-probe yung bottom. I'll probably miss it. Pero I can also confidently say na the chunk of the meat in the middle, kapag nag-rally siya higher, I'm probably not gonna miss that. And hopefully, I'm able to execute properly at that point in time. Pero while the market is in this environment, fishing mode lang. So, still keeping a pulse on it. Like Matt said, di ba? Bantayan pa rin yung nangyayari sa macro. Pero focus on the other things in life as well. Whether the things I'm doing sa Investa or mga personal things na gusto ko i-achieve, right? So, yun yung ginagawa ko ngayon. So, yun yung for me. So, ikaw ba, bro, Matt?
Perfect. Thank you. Kahane, Thomas. So, ako, from my experience, at least, hindi ko to na-search sa textbook or even search it through the internet. This is just based from my experience and what I've been sharing this to Open Journal family community. So, actually, managing your losses or even accepting it is a combination of your psychology and execution. Like what Toma mentioned, maybe you can ask yourself, bakit ka nahihirapan sa market? Maybe, number one, is it because of the market? Or maybe because of the system that you are using. If okay ka doon sa number 2, which is the system, then most likely hindi lang ikaw yung nahihirapan. That's one thing that you need to understand. If ikaw lang hindi nahihirapan, then syempre, it's all about the market, and that's the importance of having a trading community, di ba? Meaning you share your mistake, you share your thoughts, your comments, your inputs about the market. Pero pag let's say, wala problema sa market, pero yung system mo may problema, that's something, di ba? You need to improve as well. Again, going back to the question, 3 things na ginagawa ko every time, maraming losses, every time na I handle losing streak na losses. It's either 1% par ako or even more than 1% par. Number one, I accept the responsibility. So meaning, what's the reason behind ba't ka nagkamali? Diba? For every losses, ano yung emotions mo? Mali ba yung stop loss mo? Mali ba yung entry point mo? Mali ba yung exit points mo? Ano yung emotions mo? And those simple questions. And syempre, masasagot yun through your journal. Meaning, your Investa journal. That's number one, accepting or accept responsibility. Second, that's a fact. That's past. Nangyari na yan. Second is the present. Present is ginagawa ko through execution, spend time with family, relatives, and friends. I mean, from my experience, go out, change your mood, change your attention from trading to other things, di ba? Go to the gym, go exercise, inom ka, kain
Yes,
ka,
go to the gym.
time. Di ba? Pag makipagkwentuhan ka with your friends, maybe itong market na to, pagod ka na, then spend time with family, di ba? So, that's second, through action, through present, and the third item that you can do once, okay, let's say after 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or even 1 month to 2 months, you're okay. You're good. You're ready in terms of your mental psychology. You're ready to trade again. You will feel it. Hindi ko sasabihin sa'yo na, Toma, kahane, after 2 weeks, this is the best time for you to trade again. No, ikaw mismo makakaramdam niya. Okay? Again, the third is trade with small position size. Okay? Huwag ka magkaroon ng revenge trading. That's a mortal sin. It's a mortal sin, a major sin in trading. Yung tipong coming from a losses, parang ready ka na, and then gusto mong bumawi. No, hindi mo magagawa yan. Even me trading for the past 10 years, hindi ko nababawian yung market. Okay? So, again, trade with small position size, meaning you want to be aggressive if tama yung setup mo sa market, meaning tama yung binibili mo with the setup, with your own system, with your edge, then trades with small position size. Tumama ka, then oops, +1, confidence bumabalik. If nagkamali, small position size, that's okay. Another one, tumama ka ulit. So bumabalik yung confidence mo sa market. Again, just to summarize, step number 1, accept responsibility. How you can do it? Through journal. Second, spend time with family, relative, friends. Go out, change your mood, change your attention aside from trading. And third is trade with small position size. Yan yung future na gagawin. So those three na very important na ginagawa ko, even if we share this open journal trading. That's it.
Nice, thank you, bro Matt, bro Kahane. So we just answered the question: how do you handle trading losses? If anyone has any more other questions regarding trading, feel free to comment it below. We'll go through it later after we go through a few chart requests. Sabi ni Calvin, no trade, no life. Relate much. So, boss, no, siguro 19-20 ako. 18-19-20. Medyo matanda na ako ngayon. 23 na ako. Si Matt.
So, yung pagkasabi mo medyo matanda na ako, medyo na paano ako. Joke lang.
Mas matanda na yun, no? 18-20 ko, talagang no trade, no life din ako. So, mas balance na ngayon. That's, I can proudly say. Proud din ako sa sarili ko na mas balance na ngayon. So, game. So, guys, let's move on to some charts. So, we have the first request from kanina from Coach Jason Kidd. Q&T, no, the probably the strongest one in the crypto market now. So Kahane, can you put up your screen? So maybe we can put up Q&T. Matt, maybe we can start with you.
Yep. So at least this is one of the few trading top ideas namin sa Open Journal. So we've been releasing those top ideas on a weekly basis sa Open Journal. So sa mga nagtatanong, yes, meron tayong top ideas / watchlist kung meron on a weekly basis. So at least long-term, medium-term, long-term, what we saw here is you have your inverse head and shoulders. You can use weekly. Yeah, perfect. So you can draw your, yeah. So April, yung high ng April, perfect. So you have your inverted shoulders, breakout from your neckline. Neckline is yung March. Yeah, perfect. So yeah. So for me, yan yung naging setup namin sa Q&A. Daily, if you want to participate, so you can go back to daily. So for me, what I want to see for me to become bullish again and for me to participate, I want to consolidate dyan sa price level na yan, confluence with your 20-day EM. Para nga, I mean, just looking at the chart, just looking at those candlesticks, parang hindi pa tapos siya mag-consolidate. So what I want to see is for it to consolidate and then break out dun sa potential or new. Di ko alam kung saan, yeah, pwedeng mga ganyan eh. Hindi ko alam yung number of days, but at least what I want to see is for that to consolidate dyan sa level na. And then, mabibreak nyo yung trendline resistance, which is your.
So that's for Q&A. Pero grabe, no? Ang hirap. Ako, hirap na ako bilhin to eh. Parang, considering, ako di ko na trade after yung trade ko from 100 to 118. Ganoon lang, sell the rally kasi halos ganoon lang lahat eh. Pero ito lang talaga yung parang kala mo nasa sailing mundo, nasa sailing bull run, no? But for me personally, at this stage, it's probably not something. It would be something I would still keep an eye on, pero di na ako mamadali pumasok.
Yeah,
I feel like in the short term, the short term top already. After that, parang 4 days straight na green candle after the strong hammer. Considering na parang medyo blow off top na yung nangyari. It's a blow off top is usually a possible end of a rally. Kasi it can be characterized as multiple green candles on the way up. Pwede may mga gaps. Tapos it usually ends on one day na sobrang lakas. Tapos mataas yung volume. And then kasi nag-reject yung price. So ito, hindi siya nag-close. Naka-daily ba nga na yan? Hindi siya nag-close. Sorry, nakatinaw sa chart ko. Hindi siya nag-close with a strong candle, tapos mataas yung volume, tapos nag-decline. Although still holding above, no? So quite possibly lang naman. Right? So I'm still keeping an eye on it. Pero it's at this stage, parang it's not something na na naman ako, no? Tapos mag-rally na naman. Pero di ko rin alam, no? So, pero I'm still keeping an eye on it. Pero ang hirap na. Kaya pa daw siya bilhin. Pero babantayan ko pa rin. Pero yun yung bias ko. Yun yung bias ko na potential blow off top. Yun ang nangyari. So, that's for Q&T. Next is RCB. What's RCB? Rizal, parang maybe we might skip this one. I don't know if baka may fundamental reason to, pero I can speak for everyone. Looking at the chart, no, medyo illiquid, right? Medyo widespread, medyo mahirap pa siya i-trade at this point in time. Next is ABA. So, Kahane, what's your take on ABA, which has recently rallied?
So, for me sa ABA, mostly stay away ako dito since parang hirap niyang, well for me, parang hirap niyang tansyahin kung saan yung direction niya since nagka-blow off na siya previously after being a leader in the market for so long. Nag-rally siya recently, but then same sentiment pa rin ako na wala akong parang high probability trade based on my system.
Ikaw, bro, man.
Sa akin, sa ABA, it's more of expectation setting eh. Yung dapat mindset eh. Dito yung tipong are you gonna go up or babalik na naman. So it's more of talagang expectation setting lang given the fact that on the weekly and monthly time frame, if you use that, so makikita mo, long term, nandiyan na siya sa resistance. Okay? So, next question. Am I okay to trade this one? So this is ito yung diniscuss natin the past 2 weeks. What I want to see sa ABA is ma-break yung level niya ng asan na yun? May daily. So which is around 230, 228 to 235 or 6. Yan yung breakout mo. This is the same yeah. So Yan, dun sa level na yan. So, yan yung the same na nangyari before, nung may malaking candlestick 2 months ago, if I'm not mistaken. So for me, like I mentioned, it's more of expectation setting. So meaning, if you're not a momentum trader, then if you're not a momentum trader, this is something na you need to be careful trading. Pero kung let's say, momentum trader ka, wala ka naman choice eh. Diba? Wala ka naman choice to trade sa Philippine market, lalo na kung momentum, other than this guys, ABA, LR, yan lang naman eh. So for me, for you guys to participate, what I want to see is mag-hold dyan sa level na yan. 228, 234, around that level. So for me, gusto kong makita na mag-consolidation dyan before going higher.
Right,
Hindi
that's
ko lang
for
gusto yung ginawa nila dun sa previous candlestick na parang opening ng market, parang Thursday ata yan, in just 5 minutes ata, 7 minutes, up na agad ng 7%.
Alright. So that's for ABA. And guys, i-share ko lang really quick, no? Yung ABA, if you look at our market signals, ayan, huling-huli ng market signals yan. So, baka lang may di alam nung use yung feature to, no, para sa prime users. Yung market signals, it gives a real-time trading signals. Di siya alerts tulad nung Investa Watcher. Rather, it's more on signals across the market. Pag Watcher kasi, it's on your chosen assets at binabantayan mo. Ito, market signals. It's a part of the dashboard that gives real-time nga, parang signals dito siya sa maliit na table na to of what's happening in real-time kung naka-prime ka, no? And yun, wala lang. Nakita ko lang yung ABA, nahuli siya. Nung chinek ko. So yun, up 10%, almost 12% from that breakout point. Ito, may isa pang signal much later. So yun lang. If that's your first time seeing that feature, that's something that our Investa Prime subscribers that are using. No? So before we move on to the next chart, quick segue lang. If you guys teka lang, let me just wait lang. If you guys like, if marami kayo tutunan dun sa kanina, yung discussion namin on yung how to handle trading losses, guys, plug ko lang real quick, we have more discussions on risk management and other great topics in the Investa Summit 2022 happening right on November 25 to 27. So here's nakita ito yung mga speakers na i-announce na namin, right? And meron pa mga parating. So di ko na sabihin kung sino, pero sabihin ko na lang it's someone na well requested, right, within the past few weeks dito sa trading community. And of course, right, none of this would have been possible without our major partner, right, from BDO Security. So make sure to check out their platform out. Maraming useful features sa mga gamit, useful services. Right, and of course, syempre kasama na yun dyan ang Open Journal, right, Kalum, and the rest of our media partners as well. And before we move on back to the charting session, quick segue lang din at mayroon pa akong isang guest, si Dylan. Diba ko na sabi, can you stop? Kaya nag-iingay siya sa background habang nagsasalita ako. So, aray, ang bigat mo na, boy. So, quick, what do you want? Here's Toma Jr., just a quick message. Yeah, what else do you want to say?
Subscribe sa stream.
Subscribe to Investa TV. Yun. So this is Kuya Kahane, and that's Tito Matt. Kuya Matt. So yun. So yun lang, guys. Join na ako sa Investa Summit. Sabi ni Kyle. So thanks, Kyle. Say bye-bye and happy Sunday to everyone.
Happy Sunday.
Okay. Thank you. Don't bang the hanger on the electric fan, please. Okay. So yun lang. Thanks, everyone. So let's move on back to the charts. Next, ito, Medic. One of the things na nag-spike recently. So, Kahane, pabukas yung Medic. So, siguro kayo nag-comment sa last. So, ako na mag-comment dito. Parang, wala medyo alanganin pa siya for me. So nag-rally siya during the time na nag-rally din yung index. Very thinly traded as well. Volume, yes, last Friday was 5 million. Medyo widespread pa siya. So, hindi pa siya inog, no? Very premature pa yung setup for me. Mostly, parang yun na yun yung short bounce. But at this point, not something I would personally chase. So, game, let's move on to the next. Ito, for you, bro, Matt, that's na-mention mo kanina, one of the strong momentum names, no, sa PSE na medyo okay din, nagko-consolidate.
Right.
CLR.
Ako ito, binabantayan ko na to, given the fact na nagkaroon na siya ng pullback all the way to your 20-day EMA. So for me, what I want to see in the coming days, this week, is for this consolidate with a small candlestick. So yeah, this is something to watch out this week.
Kakani palabas nga yung RSI niyan.
Ito, nasa labas.
Yun. Matt, for the benefit of those na, let's say, ito siguro parang may magandang, parang, yung counter argument, no? Pero I think to consider when looking at RSI. So, kita mo, obviously, mayroong bull div. Right? Pero at the same time, ang ganda ng consolidation sa EMA 20, low volume. Although yung past 2 days, medyo mas mataas yung red volume on the downside. Pero how do we assess this? I think this is something common question, especially for those na bago pa lang sa concept ng mga divergences. So how do we is this something we don't look at or don't trade anymore kasi may mga bearish divergence na, so paano mo ina-assess yun?
So at least looking at divergences, so classification ng divergence kasi you have your class A, class B, and then class C. So it's either bullish divergence, meaning coming from the low, meaning bottom of the market, and then potentially pag merong bullish divergence, then major probability it will go higher. Next, bearish divergence, galing naman sa taas. Meaning, you have your price going lower, which is what is happening now sa LR, di ba? For example, you have your, anong date yan? September 19. Yan. So, tama ba? 23. That's your first high. Second high, higher high. Yan. First week ng October, that's your price movement. And then yung bearish divergence mo, ma-identify mo through your RSI, meaning nag-lower high siya. So if you take a look yung RSI mo, yan, perfect. Yan, dalawang yan. So meaning, kung bullish divergence, paakyat, bearish divergence, probabilities niya pababa. Now, the next question is, may bear div na. Natatakot ako. Should I still trade it? Or should I still put it in my watch list? I would say yes. Okay, I would say yes. For me, what I want to see, for me to participate, again, this is a golden nugget for you guys at Investa fam. What I want to see for me to participate is the break of that trend line resistance. Meaning, sa RSI. Yung blue na din drawing mo. Yeah, perfect. So meaning, what I want to see, just looking at the price, what I want to see is for it to consolidate. RSI, looking at your indicator, sasabay yan with the breakout or the invalidation of your bear div using your RSI trend line resistance. Meaning, yung magiging move niya, pag-break niya yung trend line mo sa RSI. So, drawing ka dyan. Parang magko-consolidate, same with RSI, same with price. Brush. Yan, sige. Yan, so parang magiging ganyan. Perfect. So meaning, yung concept dyan, it's just same with the price movement. Meaning, you have your breakout, you also have your retest. Okay? Again, this is a golden nugget that you can write down what you want to see. Given the fact na ganyan na, meron ka ng multiple bearish divergence, what I'm saying is, pwede mo pa rin siyang ilagay sa watchlist mo. Ang gusto mo lang mangyari para mag-resume yung uptrend is mag-break yung trend line resistance mo sa RSI. Meaning, may invalidate yung bearish divergence mo. That's the same goes with your bullish divergence. Pag galing sa ilalim, na-invalidate yung bullish divergence mo, then your expectation is maglo-lower low siya. With this one, invalidated yung bear div mo, you expect the price to move higher.
Sorry, nakamute ako. Tama naman. So if LR breaks down below, let's say, yung 20-day or below the low, recent low ng green candle na yun, that confirms the bearish divergence.
Correct.
Okay.
Then confluence, may mababalidate, okay, mas mababalidate yung bear div mo na potentially may go lower pa yung price if let's say muntok siya dyan sa resistance like yung arrow na drawing ni Kahani. Okay. Also confluence, again, another golden nugget, confluence with the breakdown of 20-day or even 50-day, malalaglag din siya doon sa 50 level ng RSI.
Yun. So that's a quick RSI lesson for everyone. Hopefully, nakuha na yun, especially for yung mga bago pa lang sa indicator, no, na to. And yun, and quick shoutout lang, no, a while ago we had around 200 live viewers on Facebook and YouTube. So good evening to everyone watching. Thank you for spending your Sunday nights with us. So okay, let's move on to the next one. Teka, ano ba yung next? So with LR. Ito, XLE, US stock, no? Something na
energy sector.
oh, this is something na recent trade ni Minervini as commented by Coach Jason Kidd. So, ayun, actually, just to quickly look at it, Kane, parang if mag-draw ka ng downtrend line, makikita mo na eh. Kung
I mean, sa US market breadth, ito lang naman yung, yan, perfect. Yan na lang. Yan. So, sa US market breadth, just looking at the sectors, your materials, your healthcare, lahat, except energy sector, yan lang yung relative strength or equivalent to a leader. Even sa open journal community, when it comes to our weekly top ideas, ito yung tinitingnan namin. Again, since energy sector is your leader.
oh, so yun, it's one of the things that they trade in Minervini, and just price-wise, I think you can see why, no? It's not necessarily close to high. So ito yung common misconception eh, when you read yung mga stuff ni Minervini, when you read yung mga stuff ni William O'Neill, Kane, kung ilagay mo sa monthly chart, actually hindi siya all-time high. All-time high of this is at 100 pa. And so it's a couple of mga 10% away pa. Tapos kung ibalik mo sa daily, yung common misconception eh, parang Minervini haba ng libro, 3 libro, tapos bibili mo lang pala sa all-time high. It's not really as simple as that. And that's one thing I learned sa US, especially nung bull market. Nung 2020, ang dami nag-all-time high. Kala ko, I don't have enough money to buy everything. Ganun karami yung, that's a good market when you don't have enough capital to allocate to everyone, no? Pero what I learned was, it's not only about making a new high or being close to a new high. It's also about the quality of the base.
Correct.
Or the quality of the setup, diba? That should dictate where you allocate your capital, diba? Kung sobrang pangit nung setup pero nag-all-time high, diba? There's a likeliness na baka hindi mag-sustain. Pero yun, if you read yung mga books ni Minervini, books ni William O'Neill, this medyo classic coupled handle, medyo off lang yung handle pero nag-rally naman kaagad. Then just using the lesson of math, if you draw a line there, Kahane, sa RSI, pa-breakout na rin siya or may maliit na breakout na. Oh, that confirms the momentum on the upside. So Minervini probably got this somewhere close to 80 after that breakout.
Yung mga sample chart na for energy sector, for example, STNG. Tingnan mo yung chart ng STNG. Diba? You have your TPL, yan yung mga sample eh. TPL. Diba? So just looking at those charts, I mean, these guys have better opportunity na umakyat versus sa iba. Diba? Para mas maganda yung chart. So again, this is part of the weekly top ideas in Open Journal.
So ayun, those are yun. That's a thank you for bringing that up, no, Coach Kidd. Ayun, yung ano ulit yun? XLE. Oh, so doon yung makikita yung type of setups na hinahanap talaga ni Minervini. But I think that's one or two of the positions he owns. Pero other than that, wala, halos wala. So next, from Marso, Aptos. So, ikaw Kahane, I'm curious. So, ito bagong coin kasi to eh. Is this something, how do you trade something like this? Especially na sa futures lang siya.
So for this, since bagong coin siya, most likely hourly time frame para at least mas may history ka to work with. And then, ayun, mostly intraday trades lang talaga to or using the hourly 30-minute time frames.
Okay, so ikaw bro Matt, how would you trade something like that? New token, highly
Ako, this is
volatile.
the same play I've been using, for example, sa PSEI na IPO base, IPO breakout, usually ganyan naman yan eh. Pare-pareho lang galon ng price niyan. So, thank you for drawing that up. So, what I want to see dito, again, good point na sinabi ni Kahane na this kind of move, this kind of trade, dapat marunong ka mag-lower time frame mag-intraday. If daily lang, medyo mangangapa ka dito or again, mas magiging volatile yung trade mo. So for example, IPO base, you have your base there at around 7, yan, sa level na yan, 710, 740. Of course, if you want to participate, what you want to see is for this to consolidate dyan sa level na yan, which is your 20-day EMA, 1 hour time frame, 20-day period, sorry. And then, for you to still bullish na aakyat pa to, dapat hindi niya mag-break yung trend line support na yan. Which is, in the drawing mo Kahane, sorry, yan yung short, sorry, tanggalin mo na yan. Yan. So, gusto ko, yan, perfect. Yung level na yan. Gusto ko hindi mabasag yung base niya. Once mabasag yan, let's say tinamaan yung 840 level na base, yung level na yan. Then, oops, stay on the side. Wait for it to consolidate. Why? Because it might go down to even 740, 780 level. So, for me, yun yung gusto ko makita. Again, dapat marunong ka mag-trade ng intraday, marunong ka tumingin ng intraday or lower time frame.
Alright. So that's for Aptos. Siguro, ang ganda na ng points ni Matt and Kahane. To add, same din parang intraday time frame pag new ICO, IPO. But I guess in this type of environment, I didn't trade this. But I would definitely be more apt to always sell the rally, especially in this environment. Parang okay sana maghawak kapag, although expect pag IPO or ICO, lalo pag small cap IPO, it's probably going to be really volatile, no? So,
yeah.
If you're holding on, lalo kung token, no? So if you're holding on to a
make sure
position,
to put your stop limit, di ba?
or that's yun, make sure my stops in. Then make sure to secure some profit, di ba? Kasi pag ito bumigay talaga, lubog talaga, bubuo talaga. So, at least take some profit on the way up, no? Kung if you plan to hold it, parang don't hold a big position, no? Na through and through, especially considering the market, no? So, game, decide to get more requests in as malapit na mag 9:30. So, from Arls, your thoughts on Ditto? So, Kahane, Matt, your thoughts on Ditto?
Ako, may problema yung company. So, we've been reviewing this the past 1 month, 2 months. Main concern ko dito, yung debt niya is dollar denominated. Meaning, the more na market yung USD BHP, the more na nagbabalik yung debt ng company. So, earnings-wise, syempre, tatamaan yung earnings mo. Yes, I know, subscriber-wise, they continue to increase, like 3 million, 5 million to maybe 10 million subscriber. But when it comes to post-paid revenue, parang wala pa, di ba? They are more prepaid. So my main concern for Ditto as a company is their earnings, which is nakaka-affect because of the continuous increase ng US dollar. So technical-wise, can we see an oversold rally? Pwede, given your R side's already at 15, 20 level, di ba? Parang sagad na yan eh. So, for me, it's just an oversold rally.
Yeah, so Kahane, I think maganda na yung input si Matt dito. I wanna ask you this. Can you open up Manila Water? So, Kahane, should we give any significance to this rally that we've been seeing in the short term? Parang, baka dito nakikita I'm not sure if anyone was able to see this, pero halos almost a week din, no? Tuloy-tuloy yung green candles, RSI approaching 70. Do you think there's any significance to this, or is it possibly just an really oversold bounce?
I honestly think na most likely oversold bounce rin siya. And it's kind of like the theme of the market right now na ang daming ang nagba-bounce back from selling off really strongly all the way up to their previous supports. So for this to be significant, I guess kailangan mo na niyang mag-hold above this level. So yung 15 to 15.2 level for it to hold really any significance.
Right, so that's for MWC. Let's open up SEC. So, Matt, we have a question here, no, na ano yung thoughts natin sa SEC and DMC na from a price standpoint, pero siguro sa dividends. How will it affect price considering it's gonna be given out? The ex-date niya is on Wednesday.
Yeah. So at least dividend-wise, this is all another golden nugget for you guys. So it will really depend on your strategy as a trader or as an investor. Okay? Ito lagi yung mistake ng mga trader, even investor. They want to participate, they want to get the dividends, pero ayaw nilang tamaan. Meaning tamaan, malaglag yung hawak nila. Okay? And this is also the reason I keep on telling everyone, you need to identify what is your purpose or what is your goal in participating if merong dadating na dividends. Bakit? Kasi if let's say you have your 7%, 10% dividend yield na marireceive, let's say for DMC, di ba? Parang October 27 ata. For example, sa Merara on October 26. Meaning, ilang percent yan? 3.50 special div yan, di ba? So, ilang percent yung ilang percent yan? Current price. Current price is magkano? 41.10? Tama ba? Ilang percent? 3.50 41.10 perfect. So parang mga 8%, 8.5 at the current price. So meaning, again, going back to my thesis, kung 8% yan, on October 26, 12 a.m., meaning the next trading session. So, meaning October 26, it's on Wednesday. Again, you need to identify your purpose. If trading purposes yan, okay, you will expect, yes, merong setup yan, but make sure that you get out, okay? You get out before the dividend date, meaning October 25. Bakit? Kasi on October 26, major probability niyan is malaglag ng 8% or more. Given na, syempre, may magbibenta just to get the dividends. Diba? That's number one, being a trader. If let's say you're an investor, let's say nakapag-participate ka even way before May, June, July, maganda yung price mo, can you buy more? I would say yes, you can still participate, you can still buy and get the dividends. So, ang idea dyan is if you're an investor, you can still get the dividends and ang probability niyan, given its earnings, di ba? Ang kita nila, earnings sila, the more na maakit yung dollar, mas maganda yung earnings ng Semerara and DMC, meaning they can release more dividend yield for their investor. So, ang take ko dyan is you can get the dividends and as an investor, then meron pang probability na umakyat in the long run. The short run, in the short term, expect it to move lower given the fact na malaki yung dividends. But the more na maganda yung company, as an investor, you believe in the company, you expect it to grow moving forward. So those two. Baka kasi marami nagkakamali dito na, okay, I want to participate. I'm a trader. I expect it to move higher in the short term. No. Okay? As long as, kung may setup, then you can participate. But make sure to watch out the upcoming dividend date. the X-date, which is the October 26. Kasi, pag the October 26, expect it to move lower. Baka potential mag-gap down yan. Again, this is just based from my experience. Same what happened to GMA7, 14%, 12% gap down. Diba? So, may mga gap down dyan sa GMA7 eh. So, parang way before, parang last year ata. So, back. Zoom out, 2021 yan. Yung mga gap up na yan. April 2021, yung gap up na yan. So, yan, gap down, tapos gap up. So, yan yung kailangan yung tignan na. As a trader, syempre, kailangan naglalabas ka dyan. As an investor, ito naman yung pwedeng option. Pwedeng umakyat, like what happened to GMA7, but as a trader, yun yung consequence mo. Gap down or gap up.
Alright. So that's for SEC and thanks Bro Matt for the quick lesson no pagdating sa dividends, how you should set expectations if you're a longer term investor or if you're a trader and the action steps you can take no. So may chat sa akin but parang pagod pagod na ako tignan. Guys, sorry. Totoo lang, hindi lalata pero 3 AM pa ako gising. Di ako 3 AM natulog. 3 AM pa ako gising. Pang 4 oras ng tulog ko. So medyo medyo pagod na, pero game. We have time for a few more charts. So that was SEC yung next afternoon. SEC, the next one was Globe from Ian. So, teka, buksan ko lang din yung chart ng Globe. Matagal na ako pala di nakapag-comment. So, Globe Telecom Inc. So sa Globe, I think, ayun na nga, if you draw kahana yung parang downtrend line na breakout na naganap.
Parang June 1.
From the shorter base, bro.
May 31 or May 30. Tapos point mo dun sa August 18.
Oh. So, ayan, merong short term na na rally na nangyari. So, ang ganda actually, ang ganda nga nung pag-bottom niya eh. Wala lang siyang bolded dun sa previous two lows, if I'm not mistaken. Pero ang ganda nung parang pause niya after the bounce tapos nag-breakout. So quick, parang 10% gain. Tapos yun nga lang, nag-fade siya kaagad. So I think that's the theme of this market, no? And parang you have a quick rally opportunity and you should really at least partially sell or sell almost all. No? Parang mostly ganyan yung galaw, yun yung notice ko eh. Unless you're trading those few names, you're able to latch on to QNT, LR, maybe ABA noon pa. Right? Pero ayun, at this point, given nasa Mano Candle, I wouldn't change it. Kahit mag-retest pa yan dun sa 2,200, say 2 red candles pa ba na masamang ganun, hindi ko hahabulin. So at this point, maybe it's more of an observe and see where it goes from there. If it consolidates nicely. So, yun lang ako sa Globe. Not sure if Kahane, you want to add anything to that.
Wala naman. You mostly said it na.
Alright. So, that's for Globe. Yung next natin is from Lot Jollibee, JFC. So, it's something we have been charting din, no? Halos for maybe the past 2 to 3 months. Something we have called a leader, tapos not a leader, tapos a leader again. Pero ngayon, mukhang medyo umaalanganin. So, Bro Matt, ano ba state of
yung trend line mo kanan, you can move it to dun sa isang level. Yeah, perfect. So ito, we've been charting this the past 2 months. So, critical week. This week's JFC. So, let's see, given the fact na hindi nag-hold yung retest level mo, which is above your blue trend line. So, what I want to see for this to still have a bullish scenario is mag-hold yun sa level na yun. If not, then you expect it to move lower to around 213. 213 ba yan? So, yeah.
That's for Jolly. Ako personally, medyo na alanganin na ako pag...
Alanganin na siya ngayon. Alanganin na siya ngayon.
Alanganin siya ngayon. Andun na sa make or break like
Pero bumalik sa trend line mo.
Ayun nga, ideally, dapat matibay. Kung malakas talaga, hindi na siya gumanon. So, alright, that's for Jollibee. Okay, 10 more minutes. We can punch in a few more charts here. So, next, San Miguel, SMC. So, Kahane, ano ba tingin mo kay San Miguel?
So, I guess siguro yung pinakakailangan tignan dito is yung downtrend line niya. Again, ayun, unless it breaks this line, parang wala mo na masyadong i-expect dito.
Right, agree. So, bilisan lang. Next, from Jason, Espinek.
Oversold, potential oversold rally. I know, just looking at the chart, you have your bullish divergence there. Currently above your support. Diba? So what I want to see para maging aggressive ako sa SPNIC is to break that neckline sa baba. So tingnan natin kung higher low na to yan. Perfect. So you have your potential short-term inverse head and shoulders confluence with your bullish divergence. Diba? So what I want to see lang is to break that neckline, yung blue trend line resistance.
Alright. Gabi, ba't dumadami pa yung viewers natin? O baka ako lang pala yung pagod. So, next natin, halos naubos na pala natin. So, we have last 3. Hindi ko na, may pang gusto magpahabol, no? So, from CU, Green Energy Holdings, yeah. So, Green, actually parang kamukha na yung chart ni Bitcoin, eh. So, since June, actually, parang siyang fractal ni Bitcoin. So, ayun. Parang long con, so 5 months at support. So, as long as it holds above yung 1.45 na area, the structure still holds. So, possible, say, if you believe in the company, inaral mo, if you think that we're possibly turning around, in the local market, parang pwede siyang i-position trade since mukhang tahimik lang siya. Tapos stops ka na lang below the low of the structure, no. Pero ayun, if you look at the volume over the past maybe 6 weeks, since mga early September, if you look at the most of the green candles, the volume is larger versus on the days that the candles are red. So that's generally a good sign, diba? Pero medyo minor lang. So, pero yun, more on a position trade approach if you're looking at this, in my opinion. So, eto Converge. So, Kahane and Matt, ano ba gagawin natin dito sa Converge?
For me, I mean, even ako, kala ko tapos na to, but it seems that it will just consolidate even that you still have your foreign sell-off. I know a fact na tapos na yung isang owner nila, if I'm not mistaken, yung Warburg ata, tapos na magbenta. And the reason kung bakit nag-hold pa rin to, since yung owner yung sumasalo ng mga binibenta nilang shares. Now, the next question is, when it comes to catalyst-wise, will it be included sa rebalancing, meaning matatanggal ko siya sa rebalancing for it to go even lower? Hindi ko alam. As far as I'm concerned, it is just consolidating. Ito yung mga tipo na hindi class A bullish divergence. This is more of a hidden bullish divergence. It's hindi clear yung lower low mo, hindi clear in the short term, hindi clear yung lower low mo, hindi clear yung higher low mo. So for me, to be aggressive, I mean in the short term, what I want to see is to break that neckline, yung trend line resistance ko, yung blue trend line.
Alright. that's for Converge. I think we can end the charting session there. We've gone through quick recap. We've gone through all of the main indices or main charts we should look at for and relevant charts for the local and global markets. We've answered a few questions. We've answered the question how to handle trading losses maybe at minute 30 nung stream na to. And yun, nakapag-charting session tayo of most of the relevant chart requests nung community natin. So, before we officially end, teka lang, kahane pa stop yung share screen. Ako na. Fix ko lang yung design. Ayun, so, before we officially end, sir, thank you again sa time ninyo. Maybe, guys, please comment down below, no? So, of course, thank you to Open Journal. So, bro, sayang wala si Ed, no? But as always, for this week, thank you for joining us again, no? Sa charting session natin, answering the questions and giving golden nuggets sa community natin. So, guys, comment down below. Thank you, Open Journal. And bro, Matt, if you want to continue to learn from you, right? Learn from Happy, learn from Ed, learn from Joseph, and of course, sa'yo, no, si mga coaching session ni Joseph. So, kayo yung tama no, Matt? Kayo ni Joseph, kayo ni Ed yung nag-lead ng coaching sessions weekly, no? So, if we want to be a part of that, part of the town hall, saan ba tayo pwede pumunta?
Perfect. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. So again, if you want to go to the next level after understanding the financial market, you want to learn our strategy, our technique, you can always check our Open Journal page. This is our Facebook page and Instagram page. So, post ko lang dito sa chat natin. You can also visit us Investa, Investagrams /p/Open Journal. Again, yung community namin, we cover a weekly market strategy update for you guys to stay on top of the market. We also have our weekly top ideas or watch list, and of course the coaching session, and a lot video modules where you can learn our trading technique. Thank you everyone.
Ayun, solid. So, bro Matt, I guess always thank you sa time nyo. Guys, you love, sobrang busy yan si Matt. So, appreciate namin yung time mo, kahane. Before I let you go, bro, ikaw, meron ka bang final words?
So, final words, siguro, stay safe, ingat sa markets, and join Investa Summit. Yun lang.
Yun. So, final words from me as well. Investa Summit, right? Again, happening a month from now. And, just really excited to learn from our speakers, our local speakers, our global speakers. So, malupit na lineup natin. We still have a few more speakers we'd like to share with everyone. So, kung kanyo malupit na to, well, sorry, pero hindi pala sorry. Pero lulupit pa siya. I will be announcing that this week. So stay tuned for that. And of course, again, major shout out to our partners, Open Journal, and the rest of the media partners, right? And of course, to our major partner who helped us make this possible, BDO Securities. Maraming salamat. And final message from me, yun lang, wala pa nga eh. Sorry guys, medyo foggy na yung utak ko. Get some sleep. Ako, kailangan ko ng tulog. 8 hours a day. And ingat lang. Siguro, in regards to markets, just as boring as it can be, as it is right now, na unless talagang ginagrind mo yung shorter term profits, hindi mo kailangan tutukan. Like, na buong araw na yun na yung buhay mo. Especially if you're not doing it full-time naman. Ang ganda ng mga sinabi ni Matt kanina, balance it with time with family, time with your hobbies, right? And other things. But always, in relation to that, always keep a pulse on the market. Parang yun lang yung akin. Hindi ko kailangan sobrang nakatutok. May alerts ako sa ibang binabantayan ko. Kasi meron akong full-time job sa Investa. Meron akong mga ibang inakatupag na bagay. But I always keep a pulse on the market. Daily research, read a few major headlines, nangyayari. Daily charting, mabilis lang naman kasi onti lang naman din yung talagang leaders use yung mga screeners ni Investa. And yun lang, don't lose that pulse in the market. Parang basketball lang yan. I think maka-agree kayo, Kahana and Matt, di ba? Like, kahit gano'n ka kagaling, pero pag mga 2 weeks ka hindi nag-shooting, pag sumubok ka shoot ulit, wala. Mahirap. You lost your rhythm, no? So, ayun lang. Okay lang hindi maging active sa market, pero ay ako maka-chat mo, Matt. pero ano lang, keep a pulse on it lang. Di kailangan actively in the market, but always keep a pulse on it para hindi mawala yung rhythm mo. So, yun lang. Thank you again. We still have 150 people watching us now. And yun, I'll end the stream here. And good night. I'm gonna get a good night's sleep. I hope everyone does as well. So, see you guys next week. Another live charting session during Investa Summit. And I'll end the stream now. Maraming salamat and good night.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Good night.